Close your eyes. And begin to notice the breath traveling into any space of tightness or pain. And just allow your breath to flow in through your nose and out of your mouth. Notice the rib cage expanding and contracting. And notice the ribs moving in all directions, so front to back, side to side. And begin to allow your breath to fill up any spaces of tightness, pain. Begin to soften your jaw and set your intention for this healing practice on allowing your body to heal from the inside out. Allowing yourself to just relieve any tension or pain you're feeling. And then nice and slow, we're going to begin to walk our hands over to the right. So you'll walk your right hand off of your mat. Left hand will stack on top of that right palm. Rest your forehead down in between your arms and then send the left hip bone all the way back towards that left heel. Stretching into the left side of the body. And we'll be here for about 45 seconds. So just taking full breaths into the left side of the kidney band. Allowing the left lung to get nice and full. And see if you can send the left hip bone back a little bit further as you stretch the left fingertips over to the right a little bit more. Two more breaths. Nice and easy. We're just going to walk our hands over to the left. So left palm will come outside of the mat. Right palm will stack on top of that left palm. Rest your forehead in between your arms and then send the right hip bone all the way back in space. Holding here for about 10 breaths. And just know that at any point in this practice, if one of these poses feels really nice and healing for you, you can always pause the video and just hold as long as you'd like. Taking those full deep breaths into the right side of the body, the right lung, the right kidney band. Continue to send that right hip bone all the way back as you stretch your fingers a little bit further over to the left. Taking your last few breaths here. Good. Nice and slow. We'll come back to that child's pose, just resting here for about 3 more moments. Notice the breath filling up the mid to lower back. And already noticing some of your pain and stress relieved. Nice and easy, we'll come on up to cat pose. So we'll begin in tabletop. Shoulders will stack over wrists, hips will stack over the knees. Find a long neutral spine. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, round your spine, moving into cat pose. We'll hold here for about 10 breaths. Chin will tuck in towards the chest, rounding the upper back, the mid back, the low back. Keep pushing the palms down into the mat. Keep pushing the knees and the shin bones down into the mat. And allow yourself to find more space in the entire back body. Using your breath as a tool to really carve out space. And just a few more moments here. Letting your head and neck be heavy. Last full breath in. A nice soft exhale. Good, we'll come back to that neutral tabletop pose, and then we'll cross our ankles and come on down to our backs. So bring your props with you, especially your strap. We'll need the strap to begin. So we'll lay down on our back. Left leg will stay bent, and then we'll begin to place the strap around the sole of our right foot so that we can begin to stretch the hamstrings in the right leg. So begin to extend your right leg all the way up towards the sky. Grab your strap. If you don't have a strap, that's okay. You can always interlace your hands behind the back of your right leg. And you're welcome to stay here, or you can begin to extend your left leg out long in front of you. Left leg will rest on the mat, whether it's the sole of your foot or your heel. And right away, you should begin to feel a little bit of relief in your middle back, that kidney band space where I noticed I was experiencing a lot of pain. And our hamstrings are connected to our hips and our low back. So if we can open up the hamstrings, we will begin to experience a little bit more relief in the back area. Begin to soften your face. And continue to take nice, deep, full breaths. Opening up the back of the right leg. And we'll transfer our strap into our right hand. And nice and slow, we'll begin to bend into the right knee, coming into a half happy baby pose. So sole of the right foot is flexed towards the sky. Left hand can rest on that left hip flexor or just alongside the body. And right away, you should feel a stretch in your right hip flexor as you pull the strap down towards the mat and you push the strap away with the sole of your right foot. I'm just taking nice, easy breaths. Good. Begin to remove the strap, and then we'll hug that right knee in close towards our right armpit. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, we'll take a twist. So right knee will drop over towards the left. And then we will extend our right arm out towards the right and first begin to expand your upper back. So feel both of your shoulder blades, your scapula pushing down onto the blanket beneath you. And then once you feel that connection, you can rotate your head over towards your right hand. And when we twist, we really stretch out the entire spine, the back. And when we unwind, we feel that relief, that really nice, sweet sensation in the back. And we'll be here for about 5 to 7 more full, slow, deep breaths. Good. Gently unwind that. Flex the right foot, and then we'll drop the right foot down on the mat. Grab your strap again. Place the strap around the sole of the left foot, and then we'll just extend the left leg up towards the sky. You already know where we're going now. Make sure to get a nice long neck, so tuck your chin in towards your chest. And then just nice and gentle, you'll begin to pull the strap towards the chest. Connect your low back, your sacrum, down towards the mat. And we'll begin to really stretch out all 3 of the hamstrings in our left leg. You can stay here or begin to extend that right leg out long in front of you. Breathing into the chest, into the low back. And then we'll transfer the strap into the left hand. Right hand can come to the right hip flexor as we bend into our left knee, coming into that half happy baby pose. Ardha Ananda Balasana. So we're looking for an opposition here, the opposition between the strap and the sole of our left foot. So we're pulling the strap down with our left hand, and at the same time, we're pushing the strap away from us with the sole of the left foot. And through that opposition, we're finding that nice stretch in the left hip. Again, opening up the hamstrings and the hip automatically relieves tension in the low back because it's all connected. Good. Gently remove the strap. We're done with it for now. Begin to squeeze the left knee into the left armpit. Take a full breath in. And exhale, supine twist. Trace the left knee over towards the right first. Once you trace the knee over towards the right, feel the connection of both of your scapula, both of your shoulder blades gluing down onto the mat, the blanket beneath you. And then once you find that connection, gently rotate your chin over towards your left palm. Open your mouth, relax your jaw, and just take those 5 to 7 nice, sweet, deep breaths. Good, nice and easy. We'll come out of that. So coming back through center, hug your knees in towards your chest, and we're just going to do some rocks to really get into that space that you're feeling any sort of tension in your back. So hug the knees into the chest, and just nice and easy, we're just going to rock side to side, so right to left. Just rocking the knees, feeling the connection of the low back, the mid back, the upper back, connected to the mat, the blanket, the earth beneath us. And just noticing how nice it feels to have that connection. Starting to move things around, giving our adrenals a little bit of love. Good, and then slowly we're going to start to transition, just rocking the knees forward and back. So the whole back stays connected to the earth for this one. We're just hugging the knees in close, maybe lifting the tailbone a little bit, and then dropping the toes towards the mat. Good. This time we're going to grab onto the knees. So we'll grab onto the kneecaps and start to create circular motions in opposite directions with the knees. So this one's really nice for the low back. Kind of like a can opener, moving the knees in opposite directions, in towards the chest and then out and away from you. Really feeling the connection of the low back on the earth. And then we'll go ahead and change direction. Moving the knees in opposite directions. Good. Now hug your knees in towards your chest. And we will begin to flex our feet. And let's grab our block. We're going to place the soles of the feet down on the mat, just about hip-width distance apart. And we're coming into restorative supported bridge pose. So go ahead and push the feet down into the mat. Lift the hips high off of the mat. And then we'll place our block at the lowest setting, directly underneath the sacrum. So that flat bone at the base of the spine. And then you can go ahead and set your low back down on the block. For me, I like the feeling of my low back on a hard block, but if you'd like to slide anything else underneath it, for example, a pillow, a bolster, a second block, go ahead and do that now. And then we'll be here for a few minutes. So I want you to move the block around or whatever is underneath you until you feel that pure space of comfort, peace, and joy. So feeling the low back widen and expand as you connect your shoulder blades a little bit closer together. Feeling that expansion in the upper back and that release in the low back. Just resting here for several breaths. And if you'd like to stay here, then please stay. If you'd like to take this a little bit deeper, you will continue to balance on that block and just hug the knees in towards the chest. So the low back stays on the block. Definitely want your block to be at the lowest setting for this one. Knees will hug in towards the chest, and then you can stay there. You can move the knees around side to side. For me, this one feels super sweet in the low back. And for some of you, you might want to extend the legs all the way up the sky, coming into Viparita Karani, legs up the wall pose, with the support of the block or a pillow. And this one's really nice because it allows the blood to flow straight down the legs, right into any space of tension or tightness. And this one's a really nice one to open up your mouth and take really nice relaxing breaths out of the mouth. Really clearing that energy out of the mouth. Your legs might start to shake a little bit, and that's okay. Keep flexing the toes towards the face. We'll be here for about 5 more full deep breaths. Good, last breath in. And exhale. Nice, you guys hug the knees in towards the chest if they were lifted, and then go ahead and plant the soles of the feet back down on the mat. Feel that foundation beneath you, and then go ahead and lift the hips off of your props, move the props out of the way, and then nice and slow, you'll lower your upper back, your mid back, really slow, and then the low back all the way down towards the mat. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, lift the hips all the way up. This one was super sweet for me, so maybe you want to do it a couple more times. Nice and slow, upper back, just like a little spinal wave, mid back and low back. Taking a full breath in here. Nice big exhale. Good. Bring the soles of your feet together to touch, and then begin to bring the soles of your feet off of the mat until you can interlace your hands around the outside edges of the feet. So the head and neck will stay connected to the ground beneath you. And we're just taking this restorative butterfly pose. So soles of the feet are staying together, knees are open nice and wide. Lower back is connected to the ground beneath you. And we're really feeling a widening sensation in the low back. Keep pulling the soles of the feet closer and closer towards your pubic bone as you send the knees in opposite directions. And then you're welcome to stay here. If you'd like to kick it up a notch, we'll take it into full happy baby. So you're already grabbing the outer edges of your feet. You'll simply just extend the soles of the feet up towards the sky. Knees will stay bent. Again, low back is connected down into the ground. And if you'd like to rock it side to side really gently, that should feel good on the back as well. Just massaging the kidney band. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice little squeeze. And we'll set up for our final supported Shavasana. So this is where our bolster will come in handy. You'll slide the bolster underneath your knees, and then go ahead and extend your legs out long in front of you. Palms will face up. Just resting here for as long as you'd like in your Shavasana. And together we'll feel completely grounded and supported in our final resting pose by taking a full breath into our back. Take a big breath in. And nice big sigh out of the mouth, exhale. And just rest.